What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage.
Did you cut it?
It is your boy, Johnny, with Doma. I'm doing the intro this week because Doma's absolutely cooked it.
What? How are you, Doma? It was still playing on my end.
Oh, your internet.
It was still playing all over the shop. Bro, it was still playing on my end. What the hell?
Yeah, internet's all over the shop, mate.
Yeah, it must be. The fan's gone crazy on the laptop here. Anyway, apologies. On my end, I didn't miss it. It was still going. It looked like you cut me on the intro. Like, that's what it... Anyway, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. At least you had a crack at it for once. Out of 159 episodes, at least you had a crack. It took you 3 years.
Why not?
So
Why not? Great start, Multiverse says. Yeah, banking start as usual. G'day, gents. James. I'll take the reins tonight. I'll do Doma's role. He's usually bringing up the comments. How are we, gents?
Yeah, always it's all you tonight.
Always good to have you in the chat, as always. Doma, not too much on the agenda this evening, so we could have a quick show on our hands. Anyone that's wants to throw in any topics.
We say that.
Anyone wants to throw any topics in the comments, feel free. But yeah, not too much on the agenda.
We say that, and then our usuals that tune in, they have a bit of fun in the chat, and they throw us some gems and some curveballs, and then we have to answer some questions, and then sometimes I'll obviously have to censor some of them that come in here with some of the comments they put. So we're always on our toes, mate. They keep us on our toes, which is good. But we are going to get straight into it. We're going to start with the AFL, and we're going to go to the Thursday night game, which was Sydney versus the Dogs, and the Swans get the job done by 2 points in what was an absolute ripper sauce. This one here. Swans keep their finals alive. They needed to get the win, and they did. The Dogs, very good at times, but disappointing overall because they couldn't get the job done against the Swans. I know it was in Sydney, but 2 point losers in that one. So that was a close one, Sauce. That was to keep the finals alive and the Dogs to stay in there. The Friday night game, though, was the D's versus the Lions. And the D's started off like a house on fire.
They did.
And the reply from the Lions was unbelievable. Leading pretty much most of the game after the second quarter for a Melbourne fight back for the D's to win it by 1 point, Sauce, 16-9 to 16-8. Your thoughts on the Brisbane Lions and their track record playing at the MCG?
Not good. And you got to win on the G, unfortunately, to win the big dance. They don't have what it takes to do it this season. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the Lions, I can tell you with 100% confidence that they will not win the flag this year. They are just not good enough. And they should have never lost that game. I mean, they were up like 20-something points with 7.5 minutes to go. Great fight back by the D's, and maybe the win that the D's needed, a spirited fight back late, just to prove to everyone that they are, if not the best team in the comp, one of the best teams in the comp. And probably, I would say, I would have narrowed it down to 3 teams that I think that can win the flag this year, that have the capabilities. And the D's would still be one. And should they be able to get, guys back fit and roaring, maybe they do peak at the right time leading up into finals. But yeah, it was a great victory, and that goal at the end, Jack Viney, just absolutely magical.
Jake Melksham.
Melksham, was it?
Yeah, Melksham.
Same
shit, mate. That's all right. Next one, no surprises here. The Pies, mate, they're just too good. They absolutely slapped Fremantle. The game was finished at halftime. It was 113 to 67 in this one. Follow up to when a coach departs, you always tip the team. And we said to tip the Gold Coast Suns, as we both did. And they have also exposed St Kilda, another team this season. They get the job done 77 to 51.
And I took my own advice, ladies and gentlemen. And I did say gamble responsibly last week, but I just said that $1.50 something, or what, 51 or 53, whatever, you put it in your multis, and I did put it in a multi with the Brisbane Broncos in their NRL, and it was a nice little double. I got myself there, doubled the money. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It was Saucy's tip of the week, and it was a belter.
We then had 3 games through Saturday Arvo to Saturday evening. We had the Blues defeating Port Adelaide 122-72, 50-point winners. That was at Marvel, I'm pretty sure. No. Was it at Marvel?
Yes, I
Yeah, I think
think.
it was. Then we had the Cats defeating the Dons 122-45. That was a disgraceful outing by the Bombers. And Geelong just humming along while the season's ending, leading into finals, getting players back. Just shows what happens to some teams. Everyone wrote them off, but we didn't. You got to be a bit skeptical when you're riding off Geelong because they're never down, and they're not down for too long if they are. And then Crows get done by GWS in Adelaide. Josh Rochelle gets 2 weeks for swinging. I don't know if you saw that, Source. Try to box on. Can't remember who it was with. Was it Sam Taylor? I'm not sure. So, yep, GWS just humming along. The Sunday games, there was 2 games, and they were absolute rip snorters. One was North versus Hawthorn, which was a 48-point smashing. North got done by. Not much to say, Source.
Why did we tip North?
Zurhaar's done for the season. I don't know if you know that. He's in a boot. And Wardlaw's done his hamstring, so he's out for 3 weeks. So I wouldn't be playing Wardlaw either for the rest of the season. And then Richmond get the job done against the Eagles by 38 points in Perth. Anything you want to touch on from those games? Nothing?
No, not at all.
Mate,
I mean,
I was out and about Saturday night, Source. There's perks to being a footballer from another state. Coming to Melbourne to party and go out. They're just the same as an AFL footballer from Victoria going to Sydney or Queensland. There's perks. You don't get noticed. At the bar, Source, with some of the boys, Saturday night, getting some beers, turn to me right. I see the Victorian boy, Dylan Williams, who plays for Port Adelaide. I'm like, oh, go to my mate, that's Dylan Williams. He's like, yeah. Anyway, go back, grab a jug. My mate turns around and goes, Doma, that's Connor Rosie. I'm like, where? Turn around, got a hat on and a hoodie. I look next to him, Zach Butters. Mate, you got the marquee players there. No one has a bar of them. They don't even have a clue who they are. They might be like, oh, those guys look familiar. No. They go sit down, enjoy the whole night, mate. Not one person approaches them. Which, as you and I both know, if you saw Jordan De Goey out, for example, people just don't stop hassling them.
yeah,
Guys
true.
like that. They don't stop hassling those guys from Victorian clubs like the Bonts and Jordan De Goey. They just bust their absolute chops, mate. I'm not one of those players to ask for photos, so I didn't. So one of those guys, sorry, not players. I don't play in the AFL. But very interesting, Source. Lucky they didn't carry on the way that we carried on, to say the least. Matty, welcome. Let's get to this week's games and this week's tips, round 19. Essendon Dogs, Friday Night Football.
Well, man, Essendon, this is a must-win game for Essendon. Like, we have to win this game against the Dogs. You know, we're both 9 and 8. They got a bit better percentage than us. It's a must-win for both teams, regardless. But you know, Essendon, if we have any hope of making the finals, we got to win this game against the Dogs. I'm gonna back us in. I'm backing us. The Dons. I'm picking the Dons.
I'm going Dogs. Dogs. Dons for Saucy. Next one up is Richmond versus Hawthorn at the G.
Richmond.
I'm going Richmond also. Carlton versus West Coast.
Carlton. Moral.
I'm going Carlton also.
Absolute moral.
Brisbane versus Geelong at the Gabba.
This is an interesting one. You know, Geelong
Dunkley back, apparently.
They need a win. They need a win to, you know, secure that spot in the 8. I mean, if they do this, they will take them to 42 points, which is a good number. But yeah, I feel like the Lions will have enough up at the Gabba. I'm going to tip the Lions.
Very nice source. I'm going Lions also. Fremantle versus Sydney in Perth. I got to double check, Maddie.
Wow.
What the total is.
I'm gonna go Sydney. Don't ask me why.
I'm going Sydney too because I don't reckon Freo's any good. They lost Darcy to injury and they lost someone else to injury as well. So they're
They got a lot of
decimated.
injuries. Okay.
Port Adelaide versus Collingwood in Adelaide.
Did they rest their players for this game?
No, they had some
big
injuries,
game?
Port Adelaide. But
Okay. Yeah, big game. 1 versus 2.
I can't.
Over in Adelaide. It's going to be a tough one. Do they get these guys back this week? Do we know any news on that front?
No.
Don't know. I'm going to pick the Pies.
I have to go Collingwood because I haven't tipped against them. I have not tipped against them since their streak last season. So,
yeah.
GWS versus Gold Coast.
GWS.
I'm going GWS. Also,
putting not a bad season together, GWS.
Yeah, not bad at all. Melbourne versus Adelaide.
I'm going to go the D's.
I'm going D's also. And the last game, North versus St Kilda.
We'll be tuning in Sunday afternoon, mate. Don't you worry about that. Saints. I can't tip North.
I'm going Saints too, mate. I'm going Saints. We've got too many injuries. We're cooked. We're done, man.
And we're done.
Me. If we win this game, it's actually a miracle.
If you win this game, I think it says more about St Kilda than it does about North Melbourne.
Well, it said a lot about St Kilda the last time we played them because I was at that game. That's when I saw the flaws in them, and I said, "Don't buy into them."
There was only 2 goals kicked in the whole first half.
That's when it was 7-9 at halftime. That was that game. Yes, you heard that correct, ladies and gentlemen. 7-9 at Marvel with the roof closed.
Yeah, the conditions were
wet and windy,
howling winds.
If you had to get an example of putrid ball skills, oh man, I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there. That's it, Source, for round 19. We will get the ladder up if, let's see how well my connection's going here. We'll get the ladder up. Bang. Pies, Port. Collingwood's got the 1-game lead. Obviously, they play each other this week, as Saucy mentioned. We've got the Lions and the D's. D's a game and a half in the 8 over the Cats, who have snuck into 5th, Source. Then we've got Saints, Bulldogs, Essendon, GWS, all on 36 points, fighting for the top 8 spot. Then we have Carlton and Richmond on 34 points. And then Adelaide, Gold Coast on 32. Sydney's on 30. Freo, Hawthorn, North, and West Coast, no chance. So, Hartman said, are these Tops anime cards I'm seeing new? Well, I'm not sure. We'll have to get to that soon. Vinny's in. Did you see the photos, videos of Jew in UK with the Aussie cricket team? Any thoughts? Quick exit. Yeah, did see that. Definitely did. Big Stewie Jew. He's going to be the key to winning the Ashes in this fourth test.
That kicks off tomorrow, I believe.
I think it does. Yes, it definitely does. We're going to move on because we've got some big news. Daniel Ricciardo is back on the grid, Source, this week.
Let's go.
For the AlphaTauri at the Hungarian Grand Prix. You can watch that at 11 p.m. this Sunday. Will Off the Grid be back? Yes. You know why? Because Daniel Ricciardo's back. We've got 2 Aussies on the grid. We've got Piastri and Ricciardo. That is Sunday, the 23rd of July, 11 p.m. Australian time, the Hungarian Grand Prix. So stay tuned for that. Lock in, join us live. Yeah. We'll play our over-unders game on the time that he wins the race by on the show. So tune in for that if you want that. I'm going to throw a curveball in here because we're already at UFC. So I'm going to throw a curveball in. First one for you, Source. Your thoughts on Ronaldo saying he's never returning to Europe? That's the first question to you. He said he's closed the door on it, said he's never going to go back. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough. Why
Fair
would
enough. It's
Why
good.
would
He played till 38 in Europe.
Yeah,
Then he left.
dominated as well.
Yeah. Second question. Saudi League ahead of the MLS, according to Ronaldo. Yes or no?
Look, I can't attest to that. I do. Funny enough, I do watch MLS. Occasionally, when it's on, and sometimes I tune into the games, and the quality's not too bad. But I can't speak for the Saudi League. I haven't even watched one game of the Saudi League. So I can't even. I don't even know where to watch it, other than obviously the realms of the internet where you can find streams for everything. I don't even know where you can tune into that on a where
Mate,
here in Australia.
wherever else you find the links on the realms of the internet,
Oh yeah, I
surely
know
they've
that,
got a
but
link to that.
yeah, but like for example, right? If I ever want to watch an MLS game, I can literally, you could put like $5 in your Bet365 account, and they've got MLS stream right there to watch on Bet365. It's that accessible.
Al Nassr,
It's that accessible?
they played their preseason game. They lost 5-0 to Celta Vigo. Friendly
Yeah,
in the
nice,
preseason. They got
nice.
smacked. They play Benfica on Friday, and then they play PSG next Tuesday.
Oh, that will show them how good they are.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, if they beat PSG, then it's better than the French league. So
yeah. Regardless, Tom, I don't know why we're talking about the Saudi Pro League. I think it's
I'm just asking because a lot of players have gone there.
Yeah,
No, it's got nothing to do with that. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Ronaldo has said that, made that remark, obviously deliberately. He's deliberately made that remark, clearly.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
He's ambassador now.
Yeah, and plus, because there's another guy that's gone to the MLS. There's a reason why I said that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but I'm asking you. I don't care. I reckon they're both shit leagues, if you ask me. And as I said last season, Ronaldo's retired. And as I said about Messi, he retired 3 years earlier than Ronaldo. So that's the most disappointing thing about it. Even though he's still playing. That's my opinion. And the same with Benzema. He probably had a bit more left. He shouldn't have gone to the Saudi League. Yeah. Anyway, next one, Source. Another curveball for you. Also, Hartman, can you please send me what these anime cards are that you're talking about? The Tops one.
Is it on Tops UK?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to open that thing. You might have to open it because my computer will explode. Next one for you, Source. I've got two more actually for you because I know they're going to fire you up. Well, one of them definitely will. Djokovic loses to Alcaraz. Wimbledon.
Yep.
First player outside of Federer, Nadal, Murray, and Djokovic to win in the last X amount of years.
Since 2022, mate. Just goes to show the dominance and of those guys. Obviously Murray was able to sneak in and pinch one. And that's a testament to him.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's always been a few guys that step in and are able to pinch some.
James says we have a new GOAT.
Grand Slams, but yeah, look, credit goes to Alcaraz. I mean, he was a phenomenal match. I stayed up till 4 a.m. in the morning watching it, and I wouldn't take a second of it back. It was a phenomenal, an all-time great. And the matches that you went back and watched of Federer versus Nadal at Wimbledon, it was on that level. And Alcaraz was played a phenomenal brand of tennis, and
he gets everything back.
Yeah, look, he's like.
He's actually Djokovic gets everything back, but he's younger.
I felt like I was watching a young version of he obviously plays a little bit different to Nadal, but a younger version of Nadal. Probably doesn't have the same topspin on the forehand, but when he does flatten out that forehand, boy oh boy, can he hit some winners off that side. And Djokovic was making some mistakes on certain things, and which you're not used to seeing. But all credit to Alcaraz because he still had to serve it out. He still broke him early in that fifth set and was able to hold down his serve when Djokovic put on the pressure. You know, it's what's funny. Like also watching that is Djokovic is such a master of controlling controlling the game. And Alcaraz pushed him out of his place in that match and was able to make him feel uncomfortable, which was very surprising. But Alcaraz is going to be he's going to dominate, man. This guy, like, I don't see anyone there that you look at how young he is already and the quality of tennis that he plays, and to be like that already at 20 years old, I just can't. Like, I think it's going to be 10 years of literally Alcaraz going to be dominating this sport. Like, he'll be winning at least 2 majors minimum per year. Minimum. He might be 3, 4. He might win them all. Like, eventually at some point, like the Djokovic is not going to be there forever. And he's already able to beat Djokovic now on grass, which is arguably his worst surface, Dom. Like that's apparently he's better on clay, and he's better on
clay.
the hard courts as well.
The only problem is injury for him. He's had a few injuries already, Alcaraz, and he's pulled out of Grand Slams. But in saying that, this is what we've been talking about.
But his body could still be growing, man. He's 20 years old, man.
I know, but Source, this is what we are talking about when we say with the new generation of tennis players, you're only ever going to be considered in the same echelon as these guys if you can beat them.
Yes.
And Alcaraz can beat them. And this is my worry for tennis. Like, you're going to get another Djokovic, Nadal, Federer type player in Alcaraz, and potentially you'll get other guys winning Grand Slams because Alcaraz will have an off day and he'll lose in a final. But it's not going to be a true reflection of how good the competition is. It's just one guy's that good, and now because all the other guys are retired, they got a chance to actually win.
Yeah.
Where this guy is actually going, well, I can actually stop one of them. It's pretty good. So good on him. As James said, he went to go see his rookie cards, and the prices have gone through the roof. No surprise there. And shout out to our boy Anthony Collects. He put something on his Instagram, but he was talking about Alcaraz on Crunch Time Source.
Back when we ran that show, yes.
Years ago, he was talking about Alcaraz. He was saying, this is the next guy. This is who you should be buying. Obviously, they released... NetPro released some cards.
There was a lot of hype around. There was a lot of hype around it, and they got pumped, man. They did. They got severely pumped by a lot.
They did, but he was saying it before the set was even released.
Yeah. The sad reality of that was he was on the boat early. There was just no proper cards of Alcaraz out there to collect.
Yeah.
No official cards at the time. So, by the time there was official cards, he was already too well known. He driven through the ranks and deserves to be number 1 in the world. The way he's played over the last 12 months. So yeah, look, credit to him. He's now got 2 Grand Slams, and he's now got 22 more to catch Djokovic, who's got 24.
He'll get there slowly. He'll get there. Heartman, I've got your cards that you are talking about. I've got them up here for Hobby Talk, so we'll get to that when we get to it. Last one from me, last little curveball. A few things that you don't usually see on the agenda at Double Coverage, but I'm trying to get Source to lose the plot. And I think I may have found the one that makes him lose the plot. Saucy, we lost the Com Games today. It got pulled. Your best mate pulled it. And your best mate in his presser, you know who I'm talking about. If it's Victorian related, you know who I'm talking about. All right. Do you know who I'm talking about? Yes. Just nod. Yes. You know who I'm talking about?
On. I know. I've seen this.
This Lemon said that they did not budget correctly for what was to come in 2026, saying that if athletes were in all the hotels, there wouldn't be enough room for people that came to watch the Com Games, and that they added more sports, so there wouldn't be enough space because of the usage from other people. Last time I checked, when you have a Com Games, anyway, you pretty much bump everyone that has a booking during that period of time. Like, they don't get a booking. Matty Tape said only 4 billion off. Yeah, it's just 4 billion. It was going to generate 3. So 6.6 it would have costed us. We would have generated 3, so we would have lost 3.6 billion. I reckon we got 3.6 billion to burn. We've burnt hundreds of billions in dollars in other sectors. No comment. If we're going to lose 3.6 billion overall, what's the issue? I actually don't see the issue.
Oh, man.
Do you, Source?
The issue is we've got a peanut at the helm who pretty much cooked the Australian economy by locking us down for what is now being proven to be absolute rubbish and bullshit, because there's that many findings against it. And there's actually lawsuits against people who have had, severe reactions to we know what. And now they had to shut us all down. You had people out there going to get a test every week and getting paid $250 in their pocket. You had people out there just sitting on their ass that were once, casual workers, part-time workers, earning $300 a week working at a cafe, now pocketing $750 a week, right? For periods on periods on periods, because he locked us down, the most locked down city in the whole world. No wonder why our inflation is so much. I wonder why our freaking everything is the way it is and the interest rates are the way it is. Don't worry about blaming it on other factors that are happening in the world that they try blaming on. That's the case, mate. Let's look at right in our backyard where they made us the most lockdown city in the world. That's why we're in this position, because this peanut gifted out all this money during that period, and then now we've blown out and we got no more money. So of course he's gone, we're going to have to cut back. That's the same reason why he's shelved some of the railroads that have the level crossings. He's had to shelve a bunch of those because we don't have enough money or funding to fix them. Mate, what did you think was going to happen? If I could see that as a bloke sitting here, in my bedroom collecting fucking pieces of cardboard, how could you're supposed to be running this state, you peanut? Right, and you can't even see that. That has ticked me off because he's an absolute peanut. And look, the people
who's going to obviously promote regional Victoria, and people thought, if we couldn't host the regional Victoria, we just make the arrangements to host it here in metropolitan Victoria, where all the stadiums are already done, and we just go from there. But he's pulled the pin completely. I actually would like to see another state put their hand up to try and take it and try and keep it here in Australia. Someone that's done proper budgeting. So, yeah, hopefully. We'll see. But anyway, I'm just putting it out there. We've been giving money and losing money and all these other things upwards of tens of billions of dollars. What's an extra 3? If you ask me. So, Matty Tape says Darwin. Let's go. I thought I'd get a reaction. I did. Anyway, Source, I'm going to throw it to you, mate. It's time for UFC.
It is, Doma, and as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't, and if you don't know, now you do know, because the UFC segment is sponsored by Roll Clean Soap, Australia's #1 in MMA, BJJ, and martial arts hygiene. Don't be the smelly guy at the gym. Roll in and destroy the competition. They have all your needs. Great smelling soaps. I've got the original. Dom's got the original. You've got the fruit punch, bath bombs, and a number of other bath bombs. in the collection. You've also got the beard oils, you got the boost balm, you got the magnesium bath salts. They've got it all. Check them out on Instagram at Roll Clean Soap, or visit their website www.rollclean.com.au. And while you're at the website, make sure when you add things to your cart and you chuck in the promo code double coverage, you get 20% off your first order. Don't forget that. And I don't know if that's coming up, Dom, because on my screen it's not coming up, but I believe it's there. There it is. Okay, there we go. That's not the right one. Here's the right one. There we go. 20% off the first order, double coverage at checkout. All right, Dom, we'll run through the main results in the UFC card over the weekend. UFC Fight Night Home versus Bueno Silva, the main card. Run it through the lightweight division. Nazim Zadikov win by submission in the second round over Terrence McKinney. In the women featherweight division, Norma Dumont defeated Chelsea Chandler, third round decision. Middleweight division, you had Park Jun Yong defeating Albert Durev with a second round submission. In the lightweight division, Otman Azatar defeated by Francisco Parado, first round KO. In the welterweight division, and our boy Jack Della Maddalena got a fight this week. Obviously, after last week, his fight being called off against Basil Hafi, third round decision. He didn't get the knockout this time, but he won over 3 rounds against Basil Hafif. And in the main event, you had Holly Holm defeated by Marai Bueno Silva, second round submission. Doma, I must give an absolute dig at the people that thought that our boy Jack Della Maddalena lost that fight. People on socials saying that Basil Hafif was robbed, and he the judges got this one wrong. You had even other fighters in the organization making a little comment on Twitter. Let me just read some numbers for you, Doma. Let me just read some numbers for you. Total strikes: 212, Jack Della Maddalena against Basil Hafif, 141. Significant strikes, 137 to 124. This is just what's thrown, right? Head strikes, 104 to 117. Body strikes, 32 to 6. And then you had the takedowns. Jack Maddalena had one takedown, two takedown attempts, and he got one takedown. And Basil Hafif had 20 takedown attempts, and he only landed 3. There was a total of 1 minute to 6 minutes in control. But this is where the difference is. Remember I mentioned there was 141 strikes to 212, while Basil Hafif only landed 48 strikes in the whole matchup. Jack Della Maddalena, on the other hand, landed 149 strikes, with 83 being significant strikes. He absolutely pieced him up, right? And I understand that Basil Hafif, one of the rounds, he pretty much just laid on top of him. But there's a statistic here called submission attempts. So even though he had 6.5 minutes control on the ground, he did not attempt one submission in that time when he had control. So, look, you can have control on the ground. Doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. You got to do more. And our boy Jack Della Maddalena definitely done way more to lock up the victory. So those people out there saying that he didn't win the fight, you're an absolute lemon. There's a little cheeky lemon for the people that believe that he did not win the fight. Now, Doma, this week, I believe there is a card. I will get to it. UFC Fight Night. Aspinall versus Tybura. Obviously, main event, heavyweight, Tom Aspinall against Marcin Tybura. This will be a cracker. Then the co-main event, Molly McCann against Julia Stolarenko. And then, obviously, there's another good fight in the middleweight, Paul Craig against Andre Muniz. Actually, a really good card. You got an Aussie on there, Leron Murphy against Joshua Kulabau. So make sure you check it out. For Joshua Kulabau, the Aussie, he's in the featherweight division. That kicks off. The main card kicks off from 5 a.m. Sunday. Prelims kick off from 2 a.m. if you're that keen to get up at 2 a.m. or stay up overnighter. But yeah, check it out this weekend, UFC Fight Night.
Very nice, Sauce. Another quick one, something a bit off the cards, while staying with the fighting. First and foremost, obviously, Tyson Beck released his art for his Alex Pereira release, which is very nice. Good looking designs as per usual on card.
Check out
as
his
per usual.
Instagram as well.
Just too good. Check out his Instagram, 100%. I'll bring him up in Hobby Talk because we can talk about Giddy as well. But Ngannou versus Tyson Fury Source. That was announced for Saudi Arabia later in the year. Someone said the rumor was 8 figures. Or 8 million, sorry. 8 million. But Ariel Helwani and Jake Paul actually came out and said, I don't know where they heard that, but they genuinely reckon that it's upwards of 10 figures for the fight. They heard 10 figures.
Good on him, man. Good on him.
That's $1 billion.
That's brilliant.
That's $1 billion. A Saudi sheikh is going to pay $1 billion. That's cooked, man.
Get that dollar, baby. Get that dollar.
They said 10 figures. Sorry, it was meant to be 8 figures. Sorry, 8 figures, but they said they heard 10 figures.
That's why the golfers, they know where to go. That's why Nicky Kyrgios, he wants to go play in that Saudi tennis tournament.
Well, Ronaldo's there, Benzema's there.
Baby, get that dollar. Dollar. Hey, dollar. Hey, look, you know what? Who's having the last laugh? Francis Ngannou. People were giving him shit. You had Dana White hanging shit on him. He was just copping it left, right, and center. And you know what? He's the one who's having the last laugh. So congratulations to him. If you don't know his story, you don't know his origins, just go look up Joe Rogan podcast where he had Francis Ngannou on. Listen to it. You hear his whole story, and you'll feel nothing but
you'll be blown away, man.
You honestly feel nothing but like joyous feelings for the man, because from where he's come from, I mean, this is a story of literally, came from nothing, and this was his way out. He's seen this as his way out, where he could provide and take his family out of severe poverty from where he came from, and he's done it. So, good on him, and he's been an advocate for other MMA fighters as well to get paid their worth, and he's been able to do that with the PFL. So he's been a trailblazer. Let's not beat around the bush. Big Ngannou.
Jono says Big Z might play in Saudi Basketball League one day. That's very good. We're not talking about Zion this week.
At least if he goes there, he can have multiple wives, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, well, there's been a bit more that's come out in that story over the week. I'm not talking about it because it's getting out of control now, and I don't think this platform is the platform for us to be talking about all kinds of
Rumble,
all types of things. Even on Rumble, I wouldn't even touch the issue now. It's just getting out of control.
Oh, wow.
So, Matty Tabe says one of the biggest BJJ comps is in Dubai. Now, we're not done yet, the SOs. So, before we get to hobby talk, bigger than the Ngannou and Tyson Fury fight, bigger than the cards that you've just promoted for next week. Our very own Kat from Roll Clean actually graded and earned her third stripe for her purple belt over the weekend. So a big congratulations to Kat.
On your Kat.
She produces the goods on and off the mat. That's for sure.
Roll
so
Clean.
Congratulations
Best
to
soap
her.
in the business.
And Maddie, watch your back. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah, I would
you
sleep with one eye
ass.
open. You might cop a.
You better be taking out the
Headlock.
garbage, son. Doing the washing, cooking around the house, mate. You better pull your weight, Maddie, or else
Keeping them lawns nice and crisp, mate.
It's a big one to the jaw.
You get choked out.
Yeah, let's go, says Jono. All right, let's get into some Hobby Talk Sauce, brought to you by Platinum Standard Grading. standard grading. All right, Source. I'm going to get to Hartman's. Where is it? This is what he was talking about, Source. These anime cards. So this must have been released because they won the title, but here they are. They're an anime set. As you can see, there's 5 cards here. There's a Haaland, Alvarez, Grealish, Foden, and De Bruyne. As you can see, some are already graded. There's some 10s on here. There's a Haaland up here listed for 300. I want to buy it now. Not sure about them, but that's what they are. They do look shit.
Something that you like, then get it. But I don't think they'll have any long-term value or anything like that. I think it's just a cool piece to collect, like many other cards out there, and collect it if you enjoy it. If you don't collect it.
That's it. Next one, Source. It's going to be pretty quick in hobby talk for the start, and then Source is probably going to go on a few rants. I've got a feeling based on a few things. AFL Select Gem Football 2023, the new product. Here it is. Contains 3 shrink-wrapped mini boxes. Within each mini box is 3 cards. Therefore, one box has a total of 9 cards. 3 per mini box. Limited to 2,525 boxes. Master box comes with 3 insert boxes. And that's just all the order stuff. Checklist. Probably see some photos of the cards.
No, I didn't get a box, if anyone's wondering. Completely forgot about it, and yeah, that was my fault.
So,
but anyway,
this is the product. We have gem base cards. Here's Petrarca. So there's 136 base cards. They're numbered to 90. Source. Gem Sapphire. They're numbered to 70, and there's 72 of those cards. They've all got a Gem Sapphire Zircon gemstone in them. Yeah. Each one has a different one. This one has an Emerald Zircon gemstone. This is numbered to 55, and there's 36 cards. He's the rookie of Sheasel right here. The Ruby is numbered to 40. There's 18 cards. And then the Gem Diamond Signature numbered to 35. And there is 18 cards. So 18 autos, 35 a pop. Matty Tabe, yes, it's the first thing that came to our mind. Flawless templates, correct. Your thoughts, Saucy. Tyson, what's up, bro?
Welcome. Yeah, look. People
John
are going to chase
he can't wait for it.
Chase it silly. I don't know. There's going to be some crazy prices for some of this stuff, so it was interesting to see how it all plays out. As usual, you had certain collectors not happy, orders were getting cancelled, the usual stuff. You have got people trying to already flog these boxes off for $1,000 on eBay. So yeah, look, interesting. Very interesting in terms of the way they do all the releases now. They've obviously got the guaranteed amount. That's if you're part of the Select Collectors Club, then you're guaranteed a box. So it's good for those people there. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what those like you got the Nick Dacos auto there for the Pies, like what that goes for in comparison to like his rookie auto, and I just feel like you'll get people paying like the same, if not more money for this gem auto, even though it's not a rookie auto, which is one of the unique things in the AFL community.
Here's some of the listing Source. This one's on bids. Already had 3 bids at 600, 750, 750, 800, 850. This one's on 15 bids, 730. $1,000 listed. 9 bids at 770. There's also been bounties put out on there as well, Source.
Well, I don't know why these people would be listing it. If that's in Australian dollars, I don't know why they'd be listing it there because there's people out there saying they're willing to pay $900 for the boxes. So as soon as you get your box, you should just take it to them and sell it for $900 if you don't want to rip it open. So yeah, look, I don't know. It's a if it's something that you're really keen on, sure, buy it. But yeah, just be mindful because obviously when the hype of this stuff right at the beginning, it's it's always like in high demand and people will pay overs for certain cards at the time. But yeah, I think
I can't
because there's also those signatures are numbered to 35, so there's there's only 35 of each, and when you think of a guy like Nick Dacos, I'm sure there's 35 Collingwood supporters out there that want that card.
Well, they want his 35 of 35 card too, so
yeah, that as well.
That's the reason why I reckon they did it to 35. To be honest, it would be hypocritical of me and this show, I'm lumping you in, Source, as well, to not be critical on this product because it's Australian. Outside of the autos, this product is a load of dog shit. It's rubbish. I'm just telling you straight up. You're wasting your money.
I can't.
It's a numbered base card with a piece of plastic diamond in there, zircon diamond, man. Like, it's a waste of money. You're collecting it for 35 times 18 of each player autos. So,
yeah.
So it's, what is it? 18 times 35, 630 cards in the whole product is what you're chasing, in my opinion.
I still can't justify how they came up with the price for $600 a box.
I don't know if that's been harsh. Be honest with us in the comments, if like in the chat, but I don't know if that's been harsh. And let's have a look at some of the autos, like what sells really well, what probably won't. Rochelle, he's been good this year. McCluggage is good. Walsh, Dacos, obviously, he's the chase. Parrish, he's okay. Be collectors from Essendon. Andrew Brayshaw, Will Day, Ben King, Sam De Koning, Tom Green's good. Petrarca, LDU. He's a good player, but he plays for North. So it's like, do people really go for him? Rosie, Bolton, Max King, Chad Warner, Oscar Allen.
Out there.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying there isn't, but that's your 18 guys, Source. So
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I just want to be honest, man. I just want to be honest.
I just feel like the scope for some of these products could be so much better. Like I don't know, they could, they could enhance the print run with, being able to get other vet guys in there and have them, other retired players autos and things like that. And you might not have to go for the top retired guys. You could get some lower, not as they still played a lot of games at a club or whatever. But I just think there's more scope, man. I don't know. There's a lot to be desired in that. I mean, the fact that they've only got 18 guys autos in the actual product, which is one guy from each team. Like, I don't
know. Matt Tape says Butters. Rosie's a great player. So James says if there's demand, they'll keep doing it. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it. There's obviously going to be demand because it's Select, and when they release products like this, they sell like hotcakes regardless. It could be literally the most rubbish product ever created by Select. It could be Footy Star standard, and someone would still pay $600 for the box. Like, it's just, you just limit the hits. Tyson says it's mid. I don't disagree. I agree with that comment. I don't know. That's just me personally, Source. I don't know. all the other stuff that they've done, they've usually gone the other route first before dropping like the high end product, which is gem this time around. They went I've gone blank. What was the one that they went?
They had Optimum.
Optimum. Like Optimum was good, and then you lead into it. I don't know. Retired player autos for each team would be nice.
I just think there's more scope, man. There's more scope to have more autos in this product. Like the fact that outside those
Have
18 guys
incidents.
autos, you're literally getting a numbered card, like, you know, just a numbered card with a different colored, you know, gem, which is like, you know, what is it? It's an artificially created stone, right?
Mm.
So
What's happening, Brett? Jono says, I want retired players set autos like Boomer, Pavlich, Kuda, Dane Swan. Matt says, more keen for Optimum to come out. Ashcroft, Sheasel, Wardlaw, Humphrey, Philippou, Draft Sigs. Does Optimum come out? Like, I thought
are
Optimum
they going to
probably would
call
have
it
come
Optimum
out
again, or are
now.
they gonna call it something else?
Honestly, I'd love, like, they got great ideas and stuff like that, yeah. They do. I'm not knocking them. Like, and this is good. Nice design. The card design looks great. It's just for the amount of money you're paying for base cards, and there's not even a chance you're going to get an auto. There's 630 autos, but there's 2,525 boxes.
Yeah, not even
You're
guaranteed.
not guaranteed to get an auto.
Not guaranteed to get an auto out of a $600 box. Are you fucking shitting me?
So that's my whole peeve with it. And I'd love to see things like take a risk, have like future players like that you think could win a Brownlow with a Brownlow winner from a team, and that's the auto, dual auto, future star versus made star, and you could have Dacos auto with Dane Swan that won the Brownlow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
How
Wouldn't
sick
it?
would that be? That'd be so good. You'd have a guy like Ashcroft on an auto, and then have Acker or Simon Black.
Correct. So much scope. Like I
There's
just
a
don't
lot
think
that can be done.
like where are these ideas at the forefront of
Yeah,
select?
you could do
Like,
that with everything, though. You can do that with like future Coleman medalist and Coleman medal champion. You could have, you put whoever you want on there. You have a young guy. You know what I mean? Have Charlie Curnow and I don't know who won one.
Fev.
And
Did he
Fev.
win one?
He would have won Coleman's. He would have. Yeah, card experience is Woden and Woden. Why
There you
not?
go.
Father Son's auto cards. Triple auto, Dacos card. How good would that be? Peter, Josh, and Nick. That'd be a nice card. Jackson Archer and Glenn Archer. Coleman quad auto. Lockett, Ablett, Dunstall, Lloyd. Fuck. Just imagine. Crazy. Yeah, there's scope there. There's scope. Anyway, we're going to move on. I just wanted to bring that up, see what people thought about it. Yeah, anyway, I'm not a big fan of it. I think the price point's the part that's turned me off. But in saying that, with the quality of the way the cards look, listeners and watchers out there be like, yeah, but Dom, what do you expect to price it at? Okay, if you want to price it at 600, at least have another subset in there. Try something new. Put patch cards in there, man, or jersey cards. Try something, like put something in there.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree with you.
That, like, you can have all those base variations. You can have the autos and then put like a patch auto set or a legends auto set, and then I'll say, okay, it's justified at 600. So that's the only reason why you're getting nothing. 18 autos and the rest is base. So me personally, that's my rant for tonight. The rest I'll leave to Saucy, which I'll get to him in 2 seconds, because this is what we were talking about in UFC. And the great man happens to be in the chat, but here's the Pereira rookies on card. Shit, they
Very
look good.
nice.
And he, of course, announced Giddy as well, which I don't think is on here.
I don't think he did a preview just yet, but yeah, he's got Josh Giddey coming out, so I'm keen for both of those. Try get that Pereira. I like that one if he's doing the little action like that. The bow.
Jono says player worn jerseys. Matt says boundary umpire set. Top Series 2, they put painted art cards for chasers. It's pretty cool. Tyson, stop it. The flattery. All right. We'll get to the national first, and then we're going to end it on another update. Or you might have another update, I'm assuming. And it could be getting out of hand. Nationals coming up, Source, this week. And Fanatics, a few weeks ago, last week, what's today? 5 days ago, unveiled minority IMG investment. So Fanatics, the digital sports platform and e-commerce giants, has launched an events division that will be minority owned by sports and entertainment heavyweight agency IMG. Fanatics events will initially focus on collectibles, aiming to put a fresh spin on the biggest card shows and collectibles gatherings. The long-term vision for the new arm is for it to then expand to celebrations of the shared cultures of sports and entertainment, with top-tier athlete celebrity appearances, as well as acts in music and popular culture brands. Lance Fensterman will serve as chief executive of Fanatics Events. He joins from Reed Pop, a popular culture live event platform. He said the launch of our new Fanatics Events business provides an opportunity to celebrate all aspects of fandom, including sports, collectibles, memorabilia, fashion, music, and entertainment under one physical roof in a way that has never been done before. And it goes on to say a few other things down there. Saucy. Events. It is National Week, and Fanatics have acquired pretty much everything to do with sports cards, and they pretty much own everything to do with memorabilia. They want to own the event space. Direct competition, clearly. Your thoughts on this news?
Look, we don't really know what it means for the space here down under. Like, does that mean Fanatics is potentially going to do, organize some sort of event here in Australia? I mean, that would be fantastic for collectors. Whether it actually happens or they just focus on, the major market, which is the US, and stick to there. I don't know. I'm hoping maybe there is an outreach, that there's a large collector base here. If there was some sort of, link up between, certain people here and Fanatics, and having some sort of big grand event that maybe ran over 2 days and they threw that once a year, I think that would be phenomenal. But yeah, we don't really know what that means for us here in Australia. I'm not too concerned what that means for people over in the States. And for people over in the States, it's probably going to be good news for you, because, they're more than likely that means they're just going to be throwing events for collectors, obviously crossing over the two sports and sports cards. And I'm guessing that's going to be positive things for you guys. So, yeah, look, I don't know. I'm not really too concerned until it actually affects us here, or somewhat helps us here in Australia, or benefits us in terms of, them being able to put on a show. Because it is slim pickings in terms of what shows we do have here in comparison to the States. And there is room and scope for more, I feel. But yeah, it's going to take someone to really, grab it by the scruff of the neck and take it to the next level. The Hobby Hangout is the premier show here in Australia. So, and the organizers and Andrew down there do a really good job with what we do have. So, look, who knows? Does Fanatics enter that space and see, what's being able to achieve by just a small little promotion in Andrew? and his team and what they are able to achieve for the hobby hangout, and go, oh, okay, maybe that is a space we can attack, and obviously, fanatics that have a lot more pull than, you know, whatever. And this is no disrespect to the team at Hobby Hangout, but Fanatics is Fanatics. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They own a lot of sectors, and so an event thrown by them would be probably at a grander scale, and that'd be good for people down here. That's for sure. So let's hope that can happen. Let's hope that can happen.
To answer your question, Jono, in December last year, Fanatics was valued at $31 billion, according to Bloomberg. So, yeah, there you go. That's how much money they do have. Maddie said, did hear talks maybe card show at the Gold Coast International. I don't want to start a collector's war from who's got the best state. But if you're doing an international show, if it's not in Sydney or Melbourne, then unfortunately, I don't think the people, whoever are running it, have any idea about what they're doing and the card space. That's just me personally. We've seen the hobby hangout in Brisbane, and that is nowhere near as big as Melbourne. Not even close. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Now, that's no offense to the Brisbane fan base, but if Brisbane was the marquee state for collecting in the country, then that show would be bigger than the Hobby Hangout, which has grown substantially every single year. And every single show, it's got bigger and bigger and bigger. So, yeah.
Correct.
Tyson's not even from Melbourne. He says if it's not in Melbourne, it's insane. Let's be honest, not even close. Brett says has to be Melbourne. You won't get me to Sydney. Melbourne boys are still number one. Matty Tape says 100%. And that's not being biased. That's just factually. That's just facts. Like, not even factually. It's just facts. Straight up facts. There's no beating around the bush.
I don't disagree with that.
So,
no, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. You don't want
to, and we've spoken to a number of people that have done the circuit. Like they've done the circuit. They've done all the shows that Hobby Hangouts throws around, and they've said that the Melbourne one is the most foot traffic, the most vibrant, the most people attending. So yeah, look, and you see it with all the other big events, and we're going to see it again. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we had Gabe on the show last week. TraCon, if you can make it. Check it out. We'll give it another plug on the show. Get yourself a ticket. Dom and I will be going. We will decide what day we're going, and then we'll also announce that maybe on the show next week, just so people who are keen on what day to attend and are wondering which day you might catch us there, we'll let you know next week. But yeah, make sure you get down there. It's a like. You've got people here giving it a red hot crack, throwing these events. And I mean, TraCon is going to probably be on a grander scale than the Hobby Hangout. I mean, they're getting a space at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. So even one of those partitions of that room is bigger than the Hobby Hangout. Doma, like, how it can be, there's potentially up to 12 petitions in the Exhibition Centre. Well, I don't know if they've got one or two, but just one of those partitions is bigger than the Hobby Hangout already. So, it's going to be bigger, and it will be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I'm very keen around it. So, and you should too, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe it's not just going to be TCG. Even though that will probably be a heavy focus, but there will be sports cards, and the great thing is this is only the first show, and should this one go well, and people get behind it and support it and get out there and even get to one of the days if you can't get to both, it's going to give incentive to the guys down there at Tri Collective to throw a bigger and better show next time. And that's how we get, more shows and more live events happening here in the card space.
I agree with you completely. Maddie says... New venue on the card for Melbourne Hobby Hangout, running out of room there. Yeah, more than likely. Not this time around, but I think it's going to get to that point. Card experiences, about 10 collectors here. You could all stay at our houses. Let's talk about Brisbane. Multiverse says Sydney's hangout is good, but nothing close to Melbourne from what I've seen. Get around TraCon. Rumors of big AFL card show gather round in Adelaide. There are a lot of similar vendors at the hobby hangout. And Card Experience says that'd be huge if there's a show during gather round in Adelaide. But obviously the national is coming up. We know a few people that are going from here. We know we've got a lot of friends from overseas that are going as well, that are based obviously in the States because they live there. But obviously we see the pump the dip in the title. Saucy, a couple predictions from you. Who gets pumped at the show? Give us your top three.
Yeah, they're going to be hard. They're going to be going hard on the NFL because obviously NFL season's sticking about, and that's the word that I've heard. You know what happens at the national. You know, they're going to be pumping up those quarterbacks. So I think it's going to be guys like Jordan Love. He's probably going to be getting pumped. Guys like Fields, they'll be getting pumped. The Card Messiah's favorite and number one quarterback of all time, Justin Herbert, will be getting pumped. That's for sure. So I think it will be very, very NFL focused. And yeah,
Matt says Justin Fields and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, there you go. I was on the money with Fields.
Have you got three people / things / anime that you think will be up there? Have you got a list? Top three. If you're going NFL, you going Herbert. Who you going? Top three. People, personalities, cartoon characters.
Oh, I don't know. What do we?
I'm going Herbert. Herbert.
Go on.
Herbert. I know he's already overrated, but he's going to be overrated by the end of the national. Herbert. I can see a Zion push. I really can at the show. People trying to buy him, try and run his dip him before obviously just dip him because of what's happening and then buy him. Yeah. Mariah Mills, if she's got cards, definitely should be top three at the moment on what's happening there. Probably Zion, Herbert, and.
What do you think people are going to be buying Zion? I reckon people will be pushing to get others to sell the Zion.
The Volk, mate. They're going to just be buying the Volk.
Nah, they don't got no respect for the Volk over there.
There you go. That's a good one.
No
Bol pump at the Suns.
It'll be interesting to see how that plans out. That Suns
T-Law will be pumped even more than he is now.
Oh yeah,
Desmond Ritter.
That one. Matty Tabe reckons Jordan Poole and Halliburton.
Cullen Mond. Mickey Mouse, Kristaps Porzingis, and Sabrina Ionescu.
You know what? That's actually a good one. Card experience. Mickey Mouse, that Steamboat card out of the Disney 100. Yes.
Rock Autos, says John. If they're real.
Yeah, we've seen that. Don't worry.
Spike and Bobo, yep. DeAndre Ayton, we're going to start buying him because he's going to get traded. Damian Lillard.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. One word of advice I will give you, ladies and gentlemen, here this is for people not attending the national, because there are so many people that are in the card space at the one time are attending national. That means their eyes aren't on eBay. Their eyes aren't on online places. I'm telling you, last year during the national, I picked up some absolute steals. Absolute steals. I was even buying into breaks on eBay because I was winning. You bid on the auction for that fighter in the UFC, and I was winning fighters for like $5 and $6 in a whole case. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just put this out there. If you're not going to the national, make sure you're watching some stuff on eBay over the next days, and other places where you buy cards. You know, people not suspecting that there's going to be lower traffic on those online places, which there is, because there's that many people at the national. So might be able to find some cheeky deals.
Trae Young's rookie orders are being pumped at the moment. Almost every listing on auction is Shield. Kim K autos, Paolo Banchero will be pumped. Wemby SI for kids PSA 3s. People be dumping cards before National to get cash together too. So many sales not documented. Source got some steals. And welcome Global. He's in. The last one here. Is sports card investor going? Of course he's going. This is his biggest day, biggest week of the year, mate. If he's 321, 431, 627, whatever his company is, that pumping sports card investor with all its money, doesn't generate some funds at this show, then they're cooked for the year. He's going to have to get another PPP loan. So he's definitely going to be there. He's going to be putting in the hard yards. The next question, Source, before I turn to you to finish off the show. Top 3 personalities, if you were at the show, that you would want to see at the 2023 National.
Juan. I want to see Juan from Cardboard. I want to see big Juanito.
Yeah.
Slimy Ken. Slimy Ken, that's for sure. Crooked Kenny. I don't know. And Matthew Allen, mate. I want to see Matthew Allen.
If no one knows who Matthew Allen is, that's Sean.
Shoeshine Bob.
That's Shoeshine Bob. Top 3. I'm going to go based on, I'm going to say sack cards. Rip and Wax. And Kurt's card care.
We don't mind. You know what? We actually don't have anything against Kurt.
We don't honestly people that you want to see though at the show, genuinely want to see. It'd be Manny and Jeremy.
Yeah, Manuel.
The
Big Cage.
And Big Boy if he's there. Nah.
Yeah, Big Boy.
Big Boy. Little
Big
Pool
Sammy.
Man. I've got to go see Chase. If I'm at the National, I've got to see Chase. Fanboy over him for 4 seconds. That's pretty much it. What's everyone else? Who do they want to see? Global says Cage. Matty Tape says Kentucky Sports Shop owner. Card Collector 2. Burbank. Big Kenny Golden will be
Card
there.
Father.
Get some of my boxes to wrap in some Connies. Pac-Man 2. There's some good ones to see. BBCE, that would be good to see. Nat Turner, I'd like to say hello to him and ask him a question. He probably wouldn't answer it in person as he doesn't want to come on the show and answer it either. So, him.
It's down numerous times.
I'd like to see if BGS is still standing by the end of the National or if it's been acquired by Fanatics. So, keen. Mark's cards, says Brett.
It's all about the vibes.
Smoke some spliffs with Goldie. That's if he's even there. He's too busy washing dogs. Some G.I. Joe cards wrapped by BBCE. Logan Paul maybe. Open some G.I. Joe packs.
Be interesting to see if people like Logan Paul are at the National, or if Gary V is going to the National. You know, well, they should be there. They, as people that will, they want to be in this space. They should be there. Will they be there? Will they make the time? Is it important to them? Probably not. I don't know.
Sports card radio. Very nice. Anyone in here that we've got? No, I'm not going to bring up the Rip and Wax thing again from last week. I don't think you guys want to see that. We know this guy's going to be there. I'm not playing his music. I'll play it probably at the end of the show. Gary V, I heard, was linking up with people at the National. That'd be good. That's a good thing.
That'd be good. That's a good thing. We hope he's going to be there.
Aussie representatives. Grayson Shawley's there. He's going. Surely.
What do you mean? Of course he's going. Tax write-off, mate. Business class trip, all paid for on the business.
Thanks for the seat on the private jet.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, mate.
He was supposed to offer us a seat on the private jet, but no.
Just remember, Grayson, people at the National ask about us more than they ask about you. So you should have bought us first class tickets. He's gonna if he hears this, he's gonna he'll message me and call me an idiot. Backyard breaks should be on everyone's list.
Emojis, mate.
Yeah, backyard breaks, get them on. Get WoW sports cards. They're not allowed to go to the national.
Blez, what happened? We're supposed to get Blez on the show, man.
We're meant to get Blez on the show. Big Blez tearing up the D floor.
We're supposed to give Blez a lemon.
We were meant to give Blez a lemon. He was going to come on
the
too.
show with him.
Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll get him on. Oh, we've got to tee it up. We'll just get him on. So, Blaze, you know that lemon we were meant to give you 6 months ago? Can you come on and receive it? I don't think he even knows what he's walking into, to be honest.
He's getting ambushed.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, all right, Sauce, I'm throwing it to you. Last topic. Wrap up the show.
All right, last topic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be quick. I was, just going about my daily activities the other day, and I got a message on Instagram from a friend of the show. You might see him in the comments. He goes, "Oh, look at this. There's another Ronaldo Canvas Creations auto to 25. This guy's selling it on this page called Soccer Breakers Buy, Sell, Trade." No idea who the hell Soccer Breakers are. I'm guessing they're some sort of breaking page that breaks soccer cards. Anyway, so I'll bring it up, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you. Here it is. Here it is, this guy Mayan. And I go here. There's the card right there, number to 25. Canvas Creations. He's selling some other nice cards there as well. And as you can see, there's me down there, PM'd. So I've PM'd him, and I've asked him, Doma, did you pull this card out of a pack? Or did you get it for other redemptions? And he has said to me, I have got it from other redemptions. So there is now 3, and I believe 4 now that I know of the number 25 that were given out for other redemptions. And now I had a bit of back and forth with this gentleman. I said, I sent him the video, saying, like, mate, this is not right what Panini's doing. They're giving out these cards before the redemptions are even expired. And his response was, it's actually what it is someone's hit that card and waited the 120 days for the redemption to come in. And after 120 days, requested, right, to get a replacement card. And even though that is plausible, and I sort of went back to and fro with him, and I said, how's that fair? They should at least wait for the redemptions to be expired. He's like, well, mate, and he said that to me, and I said, look, I get where you're coming from, but I still think it's bad business practice by Panini. And I still think it's, in my personal opinion, I think it's highly unlikely that that's happened to 4 people, because anyone who's going into breaks, buying Ronaldo, buying the United spot, or opening a box of Impeccable Soccer and hitting that card, more than likely, you're going to want to wait for that card. It's numbered to 25, right? It's numbered to 25, and that card is worth anywhere between 2.5, let's say 2K US to 4K US. So why wouldn't you wait for that card? Because if you open that, you're pretty much getting you're getting one of the best cards in the set and the best players to collect in the whole set. So I just think it's highly unlikely that that's happened, and Panini is literally just, who knows what the hell they're doing. They're just giving out these cards. I don't know. I just think it's a bad look. Whether that is plausible that that's the case, that you've had people redeem this card, wait the 120 days, which then after ask you if you want a replacement, they've nominated for a replacement, and then finally Ronaldo signed his card, so then they've come in and then they've gone, oh, we've got 4 of these to give out, and they've given them out to other people. I don't know. It just seems bizarre. And it
Multiverse said Cherry picked up one of the Ronaldo cards in Tasmania. Guess it's another redemption. I have a screenshot.
I don't know.
I believe they hit that card. I seen Cherry hit a Ronaldo auto. I don't know if it's that one or
it's different if you hit it than if you're getting it for other redemption. But I just think it's a bad look, Doma. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
four
Do you
source.
think it's plausible that 4 people have redeemed that and then the 120 days have expired and then they've asked for other replacements? And then that means that they've got 4 just sitting on hand because 4 collectors decided to not wait for that card. That's pretty much what that guy's telling me, that's what's happening. Because if that's happening, then it's an infinite circle of this happening. Like, I don't understand. You'll get people out there, like we know people who have been waiting on redemptions for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So people are willing to wait. And when you're talking about a guy like Ronaldo in the product, and funny enough, someone actually messaged me before the show, and it's told me the new Impeccable Soccer comes out today or tomorrow, the new set, and there's no CR7 on the checklist. So, that's his could be his last set in that. I don't know. Maybe he's not going to be doing more cards now that he's at Al Nassr. I don't know. Maybe he's not signing for Panini anymore.
That one's to 99. The one the Multiverse is talking about. He just sent it to me. That one's to 99. I don't know if it's a redemption. I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. Well, I don't know. It's not a good look, in my opinion. It's not a good look at all. It's pretty much saying, yeah, we're not going to get your redemption card. And then when we do get it, you've already got your replacement, so we can't give you that card. So now we just give it to someone else. So it's not a good look. Not at all.
I don't know. I just think it's so shit from Panini and the way what they're doing. I really do. I don't agree with it. There's still live boxes out there, and I think it's highly unlikely, more than anything, that's the case. That's happened. Like, surely, if you're buying into breaks and you're buying into the United spot, you're looking at the checklist going, that's a card I want to hit. Like, you're waiting that out. Like, no way you're not at least waiting 1 year to try to get that card back before you ask for a replacement.
I'll tell you what, if you're asking a replacement on Ronaldo, you are a lemon.
Yeah, I agree too. So
you could get Harry Maguire.
I just don't find it plausible. And what Panini is doing here is just completely terrible business practice. Say what you want, Doma, but I think they're just complete lemons in this case. And it, once again, proves, mate, they know either two things: that they're not putting that they're not putting the full print run in the boxes so that they know they can give these out later on, or they're just giving these out and then worrying about the issue to come later, or just hoping that these don't get hit for another till January, and then they've got these spare and then they can give them out even more. I don't know. I just feel like
James says nobody replaces a Ronaldo, only for Messi.
There you go. He got you there. There you go. He's got them both there. Anyway, that's enough on the Ronaldos. Let's hope there's no more given out by Panini, which I highly doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Boys beware. I will say, boys beware.
And on that note, Source, thanks for another lovely update. Thanks everyone once again for tuning in the chat, making it fun as usual. Good luck to everyone at the Nationals, and hope you find what you're looking for. And
the National.
Hopefully be able to let us know who's come out of the woodwork after 1.5 years of leaving the hobby and trying to now come back and pump something. So we'll love to get a list of those people that have made a miraculous.
Lemon will be down there fucking pumping something.
Yeah, he will.
Or has he finally realised that maybe he shouldn't pump the products that he's holding? I don't know. Maybe he's had an epiphany moment.
Who knows? On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing Squads double coverage. I'm Dom with the Great Man Source. Peace.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
talking all sports, double coverage.